You can see them every day, on their way to school, in the hallways, and in the classroom. Kids who are simply not all there because they didn't have a balanced breakfast. Breakfast is the one meal no one, especially kids, can afford to miss. Research shows that children who eat breakfast are hungry for learning. A balanced breakfast is the easy way to keep them healthy and help them do better in school. Yet millions come to school hungry every day, despite the fact that all area schools offer a healthy breakfast every school day.
I think the research is pretty conclusive, and it's been around for some time, which shows you that breakfast is perhaps the most important meal of the day, and especially for young learners, it's important to partake in that really important meal.
The answer to reach the kids who need it most is breakfast in the classroom.
The school breakfast program is an incredibly important program for us for two reasons. One, it's important that kids eat breakfast, and two, it turns out the way we can be most successful in getting kids to eat breakfast is by having kids eat in the classroom. We might see breakfast participation numbers in the 90% versus an average citywide number of 20%. So 20 versus 90, big difference. That's why we love the program.
This program is very wonderful because it's something that the students look forward to, and it's basically also a partnership with home and school because a lot of the students aren't able to eat breakfast at home, but the parents realize that when they come to school, they have a healthy and nutritious breakfast.
Really happy that my daughter is receiving breakfast in the mornings. And I know that in the morning she'll eat something at school because they receive it at the classroom.
Well, it all began last year, actually, during state test time. We observed that many of our students came to school hungry, or they would come into the door with a bag of Funyuns or some sugar water, and we recognized how this type of nutrition was not going to help them maximize their abilities during the state test.
Some of our children do come from homes where they have working parents. Sometimes there's not enough time for breakfast, or sometimes children don't want to eat so early in the morning. But when they come to school, it becomes more of a social event, so eating becomes more fun.
In the past, this is pre-breakfast in the classroom days, we used to have a long line of children at the counter. I used to call them my 10 o'clock scholars. They weren't coming in at 10 o'clock, but they would come in late. Now, because they know there's only like a 30-minute window where the breakfast in the classroom program is consumed, they want to make sure they're here on time, and they want to be part of this very special, it's like a special event that occurs every morning.
Socialization is evident in every classroom. It gives the children opportunity to come in, speak to their friends, talk about what happened the night before, what happened on the weekends.
Well, initially, there were many teachers who were concerned about students' nutrition. They came to us talking about how students came hungry at the beginning of the day or came in with junk food. So a lot of our desire to join the breakfast program came from the teachers' concerns.
Time is not a problem. Teachers report instructional time actually increases with breakfast in the classroom.
The teachers take a leadership role and turn even the breakfast program into an interactive teaching and learning session. It's amazing how it fuels their little body, and they're ready to face the challenges of their academic day.
They're more focused, they're not lethargic. The food is nutritious, so they're on target and they're ready to learn.
Kids love it and are more likely to eat breakfast when it's served in the classroom.
Some of the children, they've given testimonials of how they love the breakfast in the classroom program and how they hope when they go to middle school, their middle school will still have that program.
The benefits couldn't be stronger, and implementation couldn't be easier with two proven, simple distribution options to choose from. Let's look first at Grab and Go.
So at 7:45, our doors open. The kitchen staff has carts at our entrance doors. Children pick up their breakfast bag and go directly up to their classrooms rather than a morning lineup in an auditorium and a lunchroom. They go directly up to their classrooms with their bagged breakfast. On that floor is an assistant principal, school aides, and many parent volunteers. The children eat breakfast in their classrooms, and then our kitchen staff has provided bags where the discard of any garbage is taken and placed in the hallway.
Your other distribution option is direct to classroom.
Food service personnel packs the breakfast bags the night before. Each child gets a bag and it's ready for delivery in the morning. They're refrigerated, but then they're ready for delivery in the morning. When we actually come to school, they're already sitting in front of the locked classroom doors. So when the children come in at 8:10, all they have to do is open the door, go in, and there's a monitor that will bring their bag in. It's a really smooth operation.
It's exciting to see. I mean, it's a big, big difference. There's a school, for instance, up in the Bronx, 68, which I've personally visited many times. They do the whole school. And to see the kids eating breakfast, it calms them down. You know that they're fed, and they can go right into their academic day on a full stomach with nutritious food. It's exciting to see. Exciting to know that our organization's a part of that.
I especially recommend the breakfast program to those communities where they might have a lot of working parents, a lot of students who would come to school without breakfast. I recommend the program, not just for the nutritional benefits, but also because it does create a sense of community. It makes the school a place where, just like a family eats together and that creates unity, a classroom that eats together creates unity.
I would definitely recommend the breakfast in the classroom program to all teachers. It's very beneficial to the students, to the total child, to their health, to their overall interaction with their peers, and also they're focused and ready and willing to work throughout the day.
Other principals and teachers should not be afraid. They should take that step, and they'll see a dramatic difference in the performance of their children. And that's what we're here for. We're here for the children, and we want them to do the best, to be the best that they can be, so they have many options in the future.
Make sure your students are all there, all day, every day. Implement breakfast in the classroom in your school.